there is big breaking news in the Segura story, which we have to begin with today. Because as we join them in Barrie again this morning, look at where Rene is. Rene, look at the camera. Give me a big wave. That's no hospital bed, Tracy. Rene is home.
He's home, and anybody that knows Rene knows that he likes to make sure he looks good. So he got all dressed up for the camera today, and look at him. He's looking very handsome and so happy to have him.
Oh, that's just fantastic. This was not in the cards when we spoke yesterday. And I should want to say, Rene, you just give me thumbs up and wave. I'm going to be very, very selective in what we talk to you about, because I know the doctor has said do not talk very much. So Tracy, you get to do most of the chatting with me this morning, and I'm delighted about that. What happened from 8:30 yesterday when he was in the hospital bed and now he's at home?
Well, he was, as you know, he was in recovery, and after we got off the interview with you and some other radio announcements, I got a FaceTime from him, and I was on a call, so I kind of ignored it for a second, and then he just kept calling. I'm like, oh, okay, what, are you okay? What's wrong? And he's like, come pick me up. Come pick me up right now.
And you did?
I wanted to jump in the car right away and just run to go get him. But I had to wait a little bit because very, very nice limo company here in Barrie, Rush Limousine, Stephen, he actually told us he didn't want us having to worry about driving to go get Rene. He wanted to donate a vehicle to go pick him up so that the whole family could be together with him and just, focus on him the drive home. And it was incredible.
So wait a second, we were showing that video, and here it is, because you posted this in this, somebody in the community helping you out. There's the whole gang going to get Rene. That is just wonderful. I think we just lost that video, but we saw a few seconds of it. So what happened? You were able to go in the hospital and get him because you hadn't been able to go in? How did you get him home?
Well, I was able to bring a bag of clothes for him, and a plastic bag, and the nurse came down. She took the bag, took it back up to him so he could get changed, and I just waited in the lobby area for him. And man, that was like the longest 10 minutes just waiting, and I was in just so much emotion. And when I saw him, it was like a double take. He's lost so much weight. But I was so thrilled to see him. I just wanted to run and just grab him. And the nurse says to me, I took 2 steps forward, and she's like, oh, social distancing. Like,
so you still have to social distance for the foreseeable future? Do they give you how long, Tracy?
We do. They don't, they think that the virus has passed. But for now, just to keep him safe and to keep the rest of the family safe, just until his an actual test result comes back. Excellent. He does have to be in isolation. So he's in our room. He has a washroom in there. He's good.
He's on his own. Okay. Rene, I think I'm going to use some of your choice words just to describe the moment of seeing your wife after all you've been through, near death with COVID, to be able to come home and see her and your 3 children. Can you just use a few words, Rene, to tell us about that?
Well, it was an emotional moment. Just seeing Tracy waiting for me there was long overdue, and gave me more of a spark to continue. And then when I saw my kids inside, I was speechless. They held it strong. My son Caden, he stepped up.
He looked after the family in your absence. That is beautiful. Yeah. Listen, you just stop for a second, because I don't want you to overextend here. Back to Tracy. I almost don't even want to change the mood here, Tracy, but there's such joy in your family at the return of your husband and the father. And yet here we are on the 1st of April, and this is rent day. This is business day. The two of you run a small coffee shop together. I am wondering if we can just talk about this for a little bit. Not only you worry about your husband and his health, but you run this. Tell me about your coffee shop and how it has been affected by coronavirus.
Okay. So Creative Bean is not just a coffee shop. It's actually 2 businesses in one. It's a business center. I do graphic design and printing, and my husband, he's the one who wanted the coffee shop. That was his dream. Put the 2 together, Creative Bean is born. The coffee shop end of it is what is having difficulty right now because can't run. And there's just right now it is rent day. So like we've shut down since March 20th. There's no income. We don't know when we're going to open back. So the landlord has always been great to us. I can't deny that. But as of right now, the only thing they could do is give us a 30-day extension on today's rent. So in 30 days, on May 1st, April's rent, along with May's rent, which is totaling $8,000, is due. They did say that come mid-April, they will look at each case, each business's case independently, and they'll reconsider things at that point.
But wait a
At
second,
first I thought-
if that comes up and you have to pay that bill, could you pay that all in one fell shot, one fell swoop? 8 Gs?
You know what? I'm going to say no because we don't have. You know what, Heather? There is small business, and we're all engulfed in this whole small business category. But then what the government doesn't seem to, I don't feel they've touched on, is the fact that there is smaller business within there, and we're the ones that are getting shaved off at the bottom. You know, we're the ones that are not paying into payroll, so we don't qualify for the 75% subsidies
for the wage subsidy for employees.
You know, I did consider the $40,000 business loan, but first of all, how is a small business like ours and others able to pay back a $40,000 loan when even when we start back our business is not going to be booming right away. There's going to be it's going to be gradual until we actually get back to where we were. But rent is still due, and rent is not going to change. So, what does that do for us? How am I going to pay back $40,000? And then when I looked into it, I don't even qualify. We don't qualify. A lot of small businesses don't because we don't
for
pay
any of the programs so far. I mean, the government has come forward with help, but nothing affects the situation that you are as two people who own your own business.
Yeah, because for the $40,000 loan, you have to have paid, I think it's a minimum of $50,000 in payroll in 2019. And I mean, come on, how many of us mom and pop shops actually do that?
So what would help you right now, Tracy, business owner?
As a business owner right now, I'd say if they've put billions of dollars into helping, and if they could help the landlords, and the landlords can trickle down and help us and give us, I know it sounds a lot, but like 4 to even 6 months to help us like take our rent and put it to the end of our lease, maybe something like that. And the landlords are taken care of. If the landlords are taken care of, I believe that we will also be taken care of. And then there's a fear right now. A lot of people don't want to be done. Even when dining in opens back, I'm not sure how many people will. You know, and we're all trying to social distance. So all that's going to affect our business once we reopen. So right now I'm hoping that I can just try to push the other end of our business, which is the graphics and printing side, and I can try to do that from home. Unfortunately, not every small business owner has the ability to do that. So, you know, a lot of us need help.
Wow, you have a lot to contend with right now in your home right now. So hopefully you can deal with that from home and maybe focus back on the health again. Rene, how about one last thought from you? I just can't tell you how delighted I am. You know, we would hope for a part 2, and already we've got a happy ending. And it's just so wonderful to have you back and share what's happened with you in the last 24 hours. But of course, there's a long road ahead, and there still is recovery to come, and perhaps long-term damage from all of this. We know that's a concern. What would you like to say to all the people who have helped you? I mean, that limo donated for you, Rene, and all the people who've helped your family when you've been in the hospital. How about a message for the caring and coming together that you have experienced?
I'd like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, just from my family. We're speechless from all the support and just every prayer, every message, every love that we've gotten, I felt has got me to this point. And it's not going unnoticed. And thank you for always having my family in prayer. And just shows what community does. When we're down, we lift each other up. And God bless you all.
You've taught us a lot about just how dangerous this virus can be and how potentially deadly it can be. And you've taught us a lot about family, love, and coming together. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you both.
Thank you.
Tracy and
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having us and sharing our stories.
Thank you.